This episode of The Dog Files is sponsored by Bissell Home Care. Like their Facebook fan page and register at facebook.com/Bissell, and they will donate 50 cents to the PetFinder.com Foundation to help more homeless pets find loving homes.
Colleges and universities came down to lend a hand. They're putting a new roof on the shelter, they're doing new fencing, they're building dog beds, they're doing a lot here to improve the quality of life for these animals. We are here in Morehead, Kentucky, helping rebuild an animal shelter.
Rescue You is a program created by Animal Lifeline. It brings college kids together over a period of weeks to help repair and rebuild animal shelters in need.
So there's going to be a foot in the back and there's going to be a foot overhang out front. I do not want the front to be any lower than 6.5 feet.
The kids come in and they give up a week or more of their vacation time. They work from the time the sun comes up to the time the sun goes down.
This morning our job today is to build the dog beds for the dogs to get them up off the ground and a little bit more comfortable in their pens.
These kids are really worried about the quality of life for these shelter animals. We want the dogs to be on raised beds, off the ground, with enrichment toys, and well fed. So we spend a lot of time bringing down supplies and making sure that those rescues and shelters know that we'll continue to help them. One of the nice things is seeing how the dogs appreciate the beds and the toys. I mean, who doesn't love a nice, comfy bed? For years we were helping animal shelters with the limited resources we had. Then the PetFinder.com Foundation got involved.
The mission of the PetFinder.com Foundation is to end the euthanasia of adoptable pets. We do this through a lot of different programs that focus on shelter sustainability, adoption programs. We give out vaccinations. We support local groups with adoption days.
Eventually, we were lucky enough to meet Bissell, and they started co-sponsoring us along with other organizations.
Bissell is just thrilled and so excited to be a part of this Rescue You program, and it's just been wonderful to be down here and see folks from all over the country coming together to work towards a common goal. We're putting bandanas on all the dogs today for several reasons. We really just want to give them a little special attention, make them feel loved and taken care of. We also want to do everything we can to make them seem appealing to potential adopters.
Unfortunately, in Kentucky, animals are viewed more of an object and not necessarily a living, breathing creature that has a soul and feelings and wants to be a part of a family. It's a natural thing for people around here to chain their dogs, and it's very sad to see. You know, a dog gets adopted here, it's all excited, getting to go to a new home, new family, and there it is stuck out in the yard by itself and isolated from the rest of the household. And so we'd like to re-educate and try to change the culture difference between Kentucky and, for instance, the Northeast. I did live there a couple years, and there's a huge difference in the way that animals are respected and treated up there.
When you come to the shelter, for me, and you see all the dogs, it breaks your heart.
Does she need medical attention?
This little puppy just came in. She was actually thrown out of a car window with her sister, and we're just going to get her checked out, make sure that she was okay, and hopefully find her forever home.
He was a stray that animal control officers have spent most of the day trying to catch him.
very, very, very scared of people.
The dogs never stop coming in. A big problem here is we don't have a good spay-neuter ordinance, and spay and neuter is the way to go to control the overpopulation of these animals.
One thing we started to develop is Education Day. What we do now is invite all the local rescues and shelters in the region to come in, shake hands. A lot of these people just know each other on email as transport buddies. So we bring in professionals to talk with them about enrichment and other important topics that might help them too save more animals. One of the really cool things about the college kids is watching them develop. We're working with kids that are about to jump into their real lives. They're making professional decisions based on their love of animals. We've got our 4th kid going into vet school this year, 1 at the ASPCA, and several going into law enforcement.
The college kids seem to be very upbeat and motivated, and even the dogs, I think, are feeling their energy off of them.
Some of them have never really been to a shelter or had this type of experience. And the transformation as the work progresses, as the dogs get better, it's just exhilarating to see. I know what everyone says about kids these days, but if you come here and you see these kids, you're going to have a lot of hope for the future.
Rescue University's mission is simple. It's rescue, it's rebuilding, it's rehabilitation, it's education. Instead of a shelter being a sad place, we want it to be a hopeful place. I find dogs in some of the most difficult conditions I could ever imagine, and yet I always find a wagging tail and an open heart. Rescue University believes that all dogs deserve the best quality of life that we can give them.